Welcome back to my Let's Play of Zelda Outlands, a hack of the original Legend of Zelda that takes place after Zelda 2. So, in our last episode, we finally completed level 1 after a whole bunch of backtracking, and we picked up the ladder, which is going to allow us to finish 2 of the other dungeons that we visited so far. Dungeon 3 and Dungeon 2. We're going to do Dungeon 3 first because it's closer, and doing Dungeon 2 will get us the blue mail, which is going to double our defensive capabilities. So it's a good pickup, and we can also pick up some more meat near level 3 here. So these guys have all kind of respawned here, which is nice. They tend to drop some good rupees. And we're going to want to get another 100 rupees because Dungeon 2, like Dungeon 1, is going to have another bomb bag upgrade for us. So, pick up that. Let's try to farm as much rupees as we can. These levers, which are basically replaced by blobs, are a good source of those rupees. They tend to drop them, so pick up some meat again. And now let's head over to dungeon number 3. Got a lot to get in this dungeon. Even though we cleared out a good deal of it last time, there's still a lot to pick up in it. So yeah, the rooms that we didn't go into have a lot of treasure. I'm going to first start off by heading over here and defeating these Dark Nut enemies. We can just hang out here, shoot our sword beams across, because we have the magic shield, so the beams from the statues ain't going to hurt us. And when we defeat these guys, which are much easier now that we have the white sword, they're going to take only 4 hits as opposed to 8, we get another heart container. And then now we're going to head over to the left here, and over this way, we're going to be able to pick up the power glove. So, these guys are so much easier now that we have the bow and arrow. Last time we had to fight them with just a wooden sword and taking 10 hits. Now we can just take them out real easy with just one bow and arrow. So we got more blue dark nuts here. And we just be patient and use our sword beams when we can. You always want to try to fight as smart as you can. Fight at a distance. If I only practiced what I was preaching. So, getting a little hasty here. Haste makes waste, but thankfully, Chloe didn't get wasted and managed to pick up another heart. But that's not going to help her because these enemies, as long as they're still in the green tunic, are going to take 2 hearts off, so yeah, 1 hit would have finished us off, but ooh, now we get the power glove, and we can finally push blocks, and that'll give us our second mode of fast travel. So we'll be able to, there's a ruby there I missed. I'll have to get it another time, but yeah, up with the ladder there. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing commentary, post-commentary here, so but alright, well, let's head back into this way. And we ran into a fork in the road last time, and we took the passageway to the east, to the right, and we ended up getting the compass. But now we can now we have the ladder, we can head over to the west and pick up the ferry and the blue mail. And this room is going to be so much easier now, because, hey, we got the bow and arrow. This room that probably took us about 5 minutes to get through last time, it's going to take us 15 seconds. Yeah, we just get through. that ladder can be squirrely there. And hey, we got a bond pick up there. So let's see if we can take out these guys real quick just to get some more rupees. Because we're gonna have to, like I said, try to farm rupees anyway. So, ooh, clocks are always nice, or medals. It functions as the clock. Oh, there's some 5 rupees. Like I said, we're gonna try to farm because we want to get those 100 rupees for. Now we have the white sword. We can take these guys out, and they also drop rupees. So it's good that we took that little detour to defeat those orange iron knuckles and these guys, because we got quite a few rupees out of them. Try this wall. We just came from that wall. So let's try this open door. We got a dark room here. Finish these guys off. Boomerangs, these are pea hats. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, they are the palette swaps of the Keese monsters, the bat monsters. So take them out. And to the south is the fairy room, but we want to walk through this wall first because you don't want to pick up the fairy before we pick up the blue tunic. I'll keep helping you all I can. Well, thank you. And that blue tunic looks pretty snazzy. It just has a nice blue to it. It's more, I don't know, vibrant than the one in the base game. Finish these guys off. And once we finish these guys all off, that'll make the fairy number 3 appear. So we will have the fairies in Dungeons 1, 2, and 3, but we're still not done with Dungeon 2. Like this dungeon and Dungeon 1, there was quite a few rooms that we couldn't reach the first time we went through because we didn't have the ladder. But now we do have the ladder, so there's our completed map. We pick up fairy number 3. Now it's back to dungeon number 2, which is, once again, another long trek. So, sadly, there's no quick warp to there with both the whistle or the fast travel. There was a fast travel near there, a screen near there, but it's basically, it takes you to a one-way. It'll take you to a future dungeon, but it only takes you to that dungeon. The way is blocked off by a bunch of rocks, so the passageway takes you behind the rocks that you can't reach, so. Oh well. So once again, it's back to hoofing it. Chloe's getting her exercise. So, between swinging her sword and walking, her little ratty paws are getting quite the, burning quite the calories. She's gonna need to have a big snack. Marty up in heaven, though, is giving her lots of starberry shakes. So, yep. So, yeah, Chloe's a departed ratty of one of the members of Marty Mouse House Minions. So, I do that for all the heroes that I can here. It's just my way of little honoring them. So let's pick up this fairy. Come on, fairy. Woohoo! Fill up our hearts. And now we got the ladder. Another thing that we can do, we can take a little detour on our way to level 2, and we can pick up the magical boomerang. And we can also use our power glove to push this suspicious looking rock. Hey, we got a passageway. I wonder what's down this passageway. Woohoo! Something good. Free rupees. 15. That puts us over the 100 that we need to buy the other bond bag upgrade. And there's the magical boomerang just sitting out there. Too bad Chloe couldn't swim. Rats are really good swimmers, but all the pet rats that I ever had always hated water. And they some of them squeal like you're killing them when you're giving them a bath. So, but, oh well. So yeah, but rats in the wild are really good swimmers. That's why one of the reasons why they're so wild rats are so prolific, because they're able to survive, shipwrecks and survive on ships. Basically, can stow a ride and pretty much get anywhere. So, but we're right now just heading to Dungeon 2. Thankfully, once we finish Dungeon 2 here, we won't have to ever come back to this evil desert. Well, at least until the next quest. So far out of the way. That's why it was so important that we avoided that backtracking. I say we would have did the dungeons in order, would have came to Dungeon 2 here and wouldn't have the meat, and we'd have to go to Dungeon 3, get the meat, and then come back all the way here. So we saved one backtracking trip. So let's head on in here and finish the map completion and get our bomb bag upgrade number 2. So we're gonna head back to the room where we got the fairies. While a lot of these enemies, the regular enemies respawn, there were several rooms where we fought an Aquamentus clone, and whenever you defeat a mini boss, or basically a monster that functions as a boss in the base Zelda game, with the exception of the Dodongos, they won't respawn when you re-enter a dungeon. So many of these rooms that we're going to be going into are already clear. We can just zoom right through them. So this one right here, boop, enemy's already defeated. This one right here had another Aquamentus. Just push this block out of the way if we can get in the right way. Get lined up with it. This was another Aquamentus room. You just walk right through. You don't even have to light it up. And here we're back into the room where we picked up the fairy. And now we're just going to pick up some extra rupees here because these guys are easy to defeat. One shot and they're done. And now we can head over this room and you can see why we couldn't do anything in this room earlier, because 1, we didn't have the ladder, and 2, we did not have the ocarina to split this Dodongo type, or Digdongo clone. So we get a key, head over here and let's get another key, and that'll allow us to enter both of those rooms. So these rooms can be a little tricky. These traps bounce you around. If you're really skilled, you can kind of make it through these without getting damaged, but it's kind of difficult. Thankfully we have the blue mail. Another reason why I wanted to pick it up there earlier. Then we pick up some more rupees here. And now let's head up to the north to clear out this dungeon. Hey, we've created a larger bomb sack. Woohoo! That is 2 of 4. Up to 16. Like I said. There's, even though we've got the upgraded sword, bombs are still going to be pretty important. So, because they do more damage than the white sword, they do as much damage as the magical sword, and they're really good for taking out Wizrobes, because they have that blast radius, and you don't necessarily have to even be hit by the bomb. As long as they hit the smoke, it will count as a hit. So really good for clearing out some enemies, more difficult enemies. So pick up some more rupees there, and there's the dungeon. As you can see, we filled out every single thing. Now we're just gonna head back to the entrance, and that's where we're gonna end this episode. Back of the entrance, and but where are we gonna go over in the next episode? Well, we're just gonna have to hold out and wait and find out. So, but probably more backtracking. So take care, everyone. Have a good day, and thanks for following along. Take care. Bye.